Just a reminder to vote in this week's Locals poll, where you decide what deck I take to Locals every single week. Without any further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and for today we have the profile for the deck that we played online matches for as a surrogate to Locals, being Gishki. Obviously, last week was Thanksgiving, so we were unable to physically go to Locals. So we just played online surrogate matches instead. We actually did pretty well. Well, I actually know we did a lot better than I thought we were going to. So, yeah. Without any further ado, I'm just going to go and get into what it looks like on paper, and then we'll get to the card by card. First, we're going to cover the ritual monsters, being 2 Gishki Gigas. And so basically the reason that we're running 2 is because this build is more of like a going second OTK kind of build where you're wanting to like just break the opponent's board, and then you bring this guy back from the graveyard with a ritual monster that we're actually going to cover shortly. But yeah, you pay 1,000, draw a card, and then if it's a Gishki monster, you get to non-target shuffle a card on the field into the deck. And it's not a hard once per turn, so if you can keep bringing it back, then you can just keep on shuffling away. Next, the monster we referred to previously, 3 copies of Evagishki Nerimanis. So basically, we summon the Gigas, use its effect, and then use Gigas as ritual material for Nerimanis, because they're both level 10. And then when it's ritual summoned, you target a water in your grave, special summon it, so you can bring back the Gigas and go again. It can't be destroyed by battle with monsters from the extra deck, which is really nice. And then once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you return a Gishki ritual you control to the hand, then negate and shuffle that into the deck. So yeah, just being able to recycle some of your stuff to summon back later is really nice. We are also playing 1 Evagishki Soul Ogre. This one is just kind of extra removal if we have the opportunity to. It usually doesn't come up that much. So if you want, you technically could put in a 3rd Gigas instead if you wanted to. Then we are running 2 Evagishki Gust Kraken. So this one, in terms of the primary OTK style that this is in, this is mainly as a target for preparation of rites. But then I do actually have something kind of unique with this deck, being a conversion side deck. And I actually don't have the cards on me for that currently because they're not lost in the mail, but for some reason they got sent to Oklahoma instead of Georgia, where I live. So I'm working on getting those sent back to me like they're supposed to. But anyways, we have a conversion side deck where we really go all in on the hand rip thing for, like, say games 2 and 3, so that way we can make the maximum use of this. And that's it for the ritual monsters for the going second part of it. And so moving on to the main deck monsters, 3 copies of Gishki Shadow and 3 copies of Gishki Vision. So these guys are very, very similar. That's why I'm covering them together. Shadow, you can discard it to search a ritual monster or a ritual spell, and then Vision, you discard it to search a ritual monster. So Shadow gets a spell, Vision gets a monster, and then both of them can actually be used as the entire tribute requirement needed for a ritual summon of a Gishki monster. So their low level doesn't really matter. Next, 3 copies of Gishki Grimness, along with 3 copies of Gishki Abyss. So I'm covering these 2 guys together because they work really well together. So Grimness, you normal summon it, activates effect, special summon Abyss from the hand. Abyss gets you a search of any Gishki monster as long as it has 1,000 or less defense, which is literally going to be pretty much all of these. I mean, you can even search some of the rituals with it as well, so that's really nice. So like you can search Gus Kraken or you can search Zeogigas with this, so that's really nice. But Grimness can also be used as the entire ritual requirement. Abyss does not, but it does get you a non-once per turn search. So if you can recycle this, that's really nice. Final main deck monster. I'm running 2 copies of Gishki Vanity. This one, basically, you discard it and make it to where your ritual summon effects can't be negated, and then also your Gishki monster effects that activate when they're ritual summoned cannot be responded to. So yeah, just being able to cut off your opponent from key points of interaction for things like Naramanus or Gus Kraken is really, really nice. Next, moving on to the spells. 3 copies of Focused Aqua Mirror. So when this is activated, you add a Gishki monster from your deck to your hand. And then that part actually is not once per turn. The search is not once per turn. The only thing that is once per turn is during the end phase, you control Water Ritual monster. You get to banish this from your grave to set an Aqua Mirror spell or trap directly from your deck or graveyard. So you can use this to get some of your ritual spells back from the grave. But it's mainly used for the search effect. Because like I said, this is kind of more of a going second OTK kind of build. Next, for the ritual spells, 3 copies each of Gishki Aqua Mirror and Gishki Necro Mirror. So Aqua Mirror is just a standard ritual spell in terms of its activation, and then it does have a graveyard effect where you can shuffle this from the grave into the deck to target a Gishki ritual monster in your grave and return that to your hand, so you can try to do more summons. Necro Mirror. This one actually helps serve as removal because, like I said, this is kind of a going second OTK deck. So this complements with Gishki Vanity really well because then your opponent can't respond to this. So basically, it can be a regular Gishki ritual spell. Or you can tribute any one face-up monster your opponent controls to serve as the entire requirement. But if you do, you lose life points equal to the original attack of the monster that you ritual summon. But then, if it's in your grave, you can target a Gishki monster in your grave, place this on the bottom of the deck, and then place the monster on top of the deck. So this really helps with Zeogigas to guarantee the shuffle back into the deck. So that's really nice. Next, 3 copies of Preparation of Rites to help search for ritual monsters and recur ritual spells. I think that's kind of enough said there. 3 copies of Salvage, because all of these little water monster guys are tiny, and so you can try to... Basically, you're trying to get as many of them as possible as you can to activate to just kind of outgas your opponent, to clear their board, make the way for Zeogigas, and hopefully equip it with this card being Megamorph. Now, I absolutely love this card. If people want to run a different focused Gishki variant without like this, I completely understand, but I absolutely love this card. It's so gimmicky and so sacky that like I don't know. I can't really explain it. I just love it, you know? But anyways, while your life points are lower than your opponent's, the equipped monster's attack becomes double its original attack. And that's usually not going to be a problem because this guy right here pays life points. And then also Necro Mirror helps with that as well. So yeah, that is the pure Gishki OTK style And like I said, I do have that conversion side deck. I don't have the cards actually on me right now because USPS sent my package to Oklahoma. But I will just do a brief explanation. So basically, what we do is we actually cut the 2 Zeogigas and the Soul Ogre, as well as the 3 copies of Megamorph. So it's not a full 15 card side deck, it's only 6 cards. So what we do is we actually take these guys out. We put in a third, whatchamacallit, a third Gust Kraken, a Mind August, and a Cyclone, Gishki Cyclone. And then for these, we actually include 3 copies of Spiritual Water Art Owie, just to kind of really go all in on the hand rip sort of thing for going first to really mess with our opponent's hand. So yeah, that's the kind of conversion side deck of it. Again, I don't have the cards on me, but there's no telling how long it's going to take for me to actually get them in the mail since they got sent to the wrong state. So I was actually trying to wait. I'm recording this on Wednesday, the Wednesday after, because I was trying to wait for it to get delivered because its delivery date was supposed to be yesterday. But like I said, ad nauseum at this point, it got sent to a different state, so I don't actually have it, unfortunately, so I do apologize for that inconvenience. But if you do need to see those side deck cards again, you can refer to the image at around the 30 to 40 second mark at the beginning of the video. If you want to see a video of the deck in action, there should be one on the left. So like, subscribe, vote in the locals poll, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time.